Caps lose 3-2, this time to the New Jersey Devils. It's the first time all season that the Caps have lost 2 games in a row, which is pretty good considering that we are now a quarter of the way through the season. But it's also a tad demoralizing right now, given that the losing 2 in a row for the first time comes during the very first 2 games that they are without Captain Alex Ovechkin. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, we have not seen an Ovi goal in a full week at this point. I'm running on fumes here. Ovechkin goals are my gasoline, and right now the tank is empty, babes, at least until that damned fibula heals. Let's do the scoring. First period, this one again gets off to a good start with Matt Roy scoring his first goal as a Washington Capital. Fires it from the point off of the pass from Rasmus Sandin. 1-0 for your Washington Capitals. Assists to Rasmus Sandin, obviously, and to Hendrix Lapierre as well. But I hope you didn't think that's how the rest of the game is going to go, because just like the first game without Ovechkin, the Caps again cannot seem to build off of it after getting that first goal of the hockey game. And the Zebras certainly did not help. The Devils tie it on their second power play of the first period. Mind you, that power play of theirs should have been long over already after they ran a massive interference play on Tom Wilson in the Capitals' defensive zone. No call there, and the Devils would, like I said, tie the game, much to the displeasure of the sold-out crowd. And yeah, that one was complete bullshit. But it's 1-1, and that is how the first period would end. Second period, the Devils get their only even strength goal of this hockey game, courtesy of Brendan Dillon, and so it is 2-1 Devils. Then Connor McMichael gets hooked in the Caps defensive zone as if he's a goddamn prize tuna fish. Literally hooked down 5 ways to fucking Sunday, okay? And the Devils, they get a wide open odd man breakout of it right in front of Charlie Lindgren because the referees don't call it. The Devils don't score on that one. And so then the same referee that didn't call the blatant hooking penalty 2 seconds earlier on the Devils, he now pulls his whistle out of his ass here to call another penalty on the Caps. You can imagine how happy the crowd was. Even the Caps players, who really aren't known at all for complaining towards officials, even the players were beyond pissed here. Tom Wilson was losing his mind, and rightfully so. A completely one-sided shit show of officiating in this one, and the Devils again score on another power play, because why not? 3-1 Devils. And that is how the second period would end. Third period, Caps haven't been showing much offense without Alex Ovechkin, and so Spencer Carberry has got his lines in a blender now. Carbs is trying everything here to get these guys going in this third period, and it seems to work as the Caps, they draw a penalty here finally, and then Connor McMichael, he scores on the power play to bring the Caps to within 1. Mikey takes the pass on the back door from John Carlson, a sneaky play there, and he slams it home for his 13th goal of the season. 3-2 game. Unfortunately, that is as close as the Caps would get, as Jake Allen, he randomly decides to morph into Patrick Waugh here for the final 15 minutes of this game, robbing several Caps players, including Connor McMichael, with Charlie Lindgren pulled for the extra attacker. So 3-2 Devils, that would be, unfortunately, your final score. And yeah, the reason for the loss in this one was really twofold. First off, the Caps really didn't show up to actually play until there was only 20 minutes left in this game, so that's not great. But then secondly, even with the Caps pretty much spectating for the first 40 minutes of this one, this was still very much a winnable game here, and could have definitely been 2 points for the Caps had the officials not been absolutely out to fucking lunch in this one. The Devils had 5 power plays, and many of them came off of phantom penalties. Did you guys see the high sticking by Nick Dowd? No, I didn't see it either. And do you know why? Because it didn't fucking happen. Literally not even close. Spencer Carberry was really mad about that one, and rightfully so. Connor McMichael got a penalty for laughing at Nico Hischier? Seriously, Mikey didn't do anything else there, so the penalty had to be for laughing in Hischier's face as Hischier was trying to rough him up. And the Caps, for their part, they only had 2 power plays. Good times. We mentioned already the somehow unwhistled fish hook on Connor McMichael, but there were plenty of other infractions for the referees to choose from too. They just chose not to. It's getting old, folks. I mean, we've been one of the very best possession teams in the league this season, and yet we are routinely getting only 1 or 2 power plays a night, while other teams all across the league are routinely getting 5, 6, 7. So it doesn't make much sense, and something has got to give here eventually. All right, Caps fans, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Man, we're in tough here right now, folks, without Alex Ovechkin. I said it, I believe, in the last video as well. I just really want them to get this monkey off of their backs here, trying to win their first game without Ovi. The Caps, over the last several years, Alex Ovechkin doesn't miss many games, and thank goodness. But I mean, over the last several years, when he has missed a game here or there, the Caps, I believe, I saw the stat the other day, I believe they have only won now, including these 2 games that they've played without him here this season, these last 2 games here. I believe they have only won 4 of their last 19 games without Alex Ovechkin. So that is not good. That is not good at all. Not very promising there. And it doesn't make much sense. Honestly, like at least this season, it doesn't make much sense. They should be able to win without him this season. Yes, obviously he is a fantastic player. He's one of the best players in the league still, even at 39 years old. He's the greatest goal scorer of all time. We all know that, but I mean, like he has scored roughly 20% of the Caps goals this season, right? But if you take a look at it, the Caps as a team, like they've been the highest scoring team in the entire National Hockey League. They were scoring when he was in the lineup, like at least 4 and usually 5, 6, 7, or 8 goals every single night. So even if you take away Ovi's goals, like I said, he scores approximately 20% of the Capitals' goals this season. So even if you take away those 20% of goals, like you should still be scoring more than enough goals to win a lot of games here. So I really think it's all up here for the Caps right now. It's all in their heads. They seem to just be playing totally differently without him, and I don't understand it. You are a good enough team this season that you can get by. You can do more than get by without him, frankly. This is a great team. They have a ton of offense. It's not just Ovi anymore, as it was for the last couple of seasons. This is a really deep team now. So they need to realize that themselves, right? They need to realize it up here, realize that they can still do it without him, and just get back to playing the type of Capitals hockey that we have seen all season so far. It shouldn't change that much just because he's out of the lineup. Just because one guy is out of the lineup, it shouldn't change that much, even if that one guy, like I said, is the greatest goal scorer of all time. So, Caps, let's get it done here, okay? Up next, they are making their trip to Florida. They will play the Florida Panthers first, and then the Tampa Bay Lightning. That is the mentors trip for the Washington Capitals as well. So a lot of the guys, dads and, other mentors coming along. So hopefully the mentors, they can give us a boost here. They can give us some dad strength, if you will, some mentor strength in place of the strength that is Alex Ovechkin, because we need a little pick-me-up here without him. We need a boost for sure. So hopefully the mentors can provide that. Again, thank you all so much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always, babes. And until next time, and as always, of course, I know I end these videos all the same way, but it's because it's always going to be the case, right? Rain or shine, whether we win or lose, it is always going to be, babes. Let's go Caps.